Okay. So as promised, for getting one person to sign up for the How the Cowboy Caught the Bunny arc, I have two people total now. So, look at me rocking and fucking rolling. But I said in one of my posts, I don't even know if many people saw it, but I said that I'll read one of my books and post it if someone was signed up for the How the Cowboy Caught the Bunny arc. So this is what I'm doing. I'm reading Sister Leigh Love, which kind of tracks because this is the first in the series. It's a standalone series, so like you can read whichever one you want whenever you want. But yeah, this is the first in the series. This one I or wrote in the span of like a month and a half. It was very very quick because I was fighting writer's block, and this has been on my mind for a while. I really like Sapphic Omegaverse. And I feel like there's not a lot of Sapphic Omegaverse. And after I jumped into the DMs of Lily X, asking her if I should do it, like not so much asking her if I should do it, but saying that I want to do it, but I'm not sure if I could or do it justice. And she was just like, just give it a go, just do it. So that's what I'm doing, or that's what I did, and now I'm reading this one to you. It's it's just a mess. I remember when I was writing it, like I knew what I was doing. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was making a mess, and I wasn't really planning on publishing it, but then I kind of fell in love with the mess I made, so I had to publish it. And so this video is gonna be longer than I wanted to. I'm gonna edit a lot of stuff in it, but out of it, but yeah, I'm gonna read this book, Sister Leigh Love. This is actually my second take. I was gonna do chapter 14, I think it was 13, something like that, or 12. It might have been chapter 12. I don't know. God damn, I don't know. I was gonna do that chapter, and I decided not to because there's a lot of shit in there that I don't even know. I think it was just a word in there that I knew I couldn't pronounce, and I was really butchering it, so I decided to just fail and do another chapter. I like this chapter too. I was just trying to find a chapter that doesn't have a bunch of fucking smut in it. And that's hard to do with a book that is essentially like 85% smut. So, but yeah, chapter 10 is one that doesn't have a lot of smut. It's not a super short chapter, but it's not super long either. I might not read the whole thing. I might just stop at this break right here because um I like this part right here, this interaction between Lee and Nia, and after that, it's also good, but it's not anything amazing. I don't want to fucking read forever. I gotta go back to work. Don't tell my boss. Anyways, I'm doing this on the clock. But okay. Sisterly Love by me, chapter 10. Negative on the pregnancy front for now, but it's good enough to get approved for an claiming ceremony. I emailed you my results. Just let me know when everything is approved and when we have to be at the courthouse. Mia's voicemail was no nonsense. I appreciate that. I already filled out the form and had my physical done. My only worry was whether a pregnancy test would come back negative, and now that fear was alleviated. I went back to my text thread with Jazz and let her know the good news. It had been a little over a week since my rut, and I hadn't seen either of the Marco sisters. Nia had indeed given me her number, but I decided a few days after we parted ways that I didn't need to talk things out with her. I had my sister if I wanted to get super emotional and reveal all of my innermost desires, and I had acquaintances for anything else. I'd gone to Eternal Heat a couple of times, but never saw Nia. She was back to being a ghost and had a feeling it was because I never hit her up. I scratched my itch with Betta's, seemed safer, and tried not to think about the way she sucked me off. This was the right move. Maybe if the circumstances were different, I'd be more inclined to try out dating Nia, but this shit was way too complicated. My first real girlfriend wasn't going to start out with me having a kid with her sister, a disaster waiting to happen. That's great, Sib. How's things with Nia? You've talked to her, yeah? Jazz had been the biggest advocate for me and Nia to get together. She didn't get why I was fighting it. We were clearly meant to be. I texted back, nope. Jazz sent several rolling eye emojis, and I laughed out loud. Christmas was next week, and even though I wasn't looking forward to being around my busy ass family again so soon, it was a much safer topic than Nia. Did you help Ma with the Christmas lights? I told her I'd go over after work tonight. You should come too, and we'll get it done faster. She already decorated the inside and made a couple of gallons of eggnog. Our mom took turns hosting Christmas and Thanksgiving with her siblings. Thanksgiving was at my uncle Wendell's house this year, and my mom was lucky enough to be the host of Christmas. She loved it, but it sucked for Jazz and I because it meant we had to help get everything ready. When she hosted Thanksgiving, she never needed our help because it was mostly cooking and neither one of us was very good at it. Mom would always tell us that she was preparing us to throw our own holiday parties after she passed away, but we refused to listen to her when she got all melodramatic. I can do that. I get off work in an hour. I'll head over around 3. I could drop off all the Christmas presents I had and wrap them while I was over there. I had a few younger cousins that all the adults were obligated to buy gifts for, and then of course I got something for my mom and Jazz. We were in the lull period where before all the last minute shoppers came breaking down our automatic doors and cleaning out our shelves. One of the few people grocery shopping walked down my lane and started unloading their basket. I noticed the heels and the flowy pants before her scent registered. Nia. My heart pounded in my chest when I met her eyes, and I shifted my weight between my feet. Nia? Leigh? I looked at the items she placed on the belt and made note of the bottle of wine, pint of ice cream, and a pack of gum. Kind of a weird assortment if she was on her way to work. I stared at her chest. She was wearing one of the fancy blouses, heels. Her hair wasn't slicked back, but the curls were styled, and there was a lipstick that haunted my dreams. She raised her eyebrow at me impatiently, and I quickly pressed the conveyor button to move her stuff closer. How have you been? I asked to be polite. I wasn't curious to know if she'd help any other desperate alphas through their rut or let anyone else come in her mouth. Didn't even cross my mind. Good. That was it. That was it. Short but polite, completely devoid of any emotion. I hated it. How about you? I slowly rang up her things. First, a pack of gum. Same. Beginning Mia's mark off soon. She told me. Congrats. I know how hard it's been for you. I scanned ice cream. I hope Seashell has been taking care of your needs. Uh, I squeezed the neck of the wine bottle in my fist. I searched her face, but she wasn't giving anything away. Yeah, yep. She's been great. Not as good as you. It was a fact, not a declaration, but there was a fine line between the two. Good. Well, it was nice seeing you, Leigh. I have to get going. The wine? I nodded and scanned it. My register asked for a birthday before I could proceed. When were you born? July 20th, 1998. February 11th, my birthday. I elaborated as I typed in the numbers. Nia giggled. That explains a lot. You're an Aquarius, and you're a Leo, Nia supplied. Of course, I brayed, as if I knew what any of that meant. She shook her head, but smiled. I grinned back and finalized her purchase. I told her the total, and she swiped her card to pay. Her bag items were sitting to the right of me, waiting for her, but she stopped before grabbing them. Look, I like you, Leigh. A lot. Don't ask me why, because I don't really know other than you're hot, and I like the way you carry yourself. I know you're a player, the ultimate fuckboy, but I love sex, and I think that I am all that you need. And an omega? She came closer. And a beta? She leaned in close enough that all I could smell and see was her. And a woman. Give me a chance to prove it. Call me. Then she stepped away. I didn't find my voice before she was gone. Thank God I was behind the register because parts of me were suddenly straining to be free. Okay, so that was Sister Leigh Love by me, Hadia Hayes. Um I really, I mean, that's it. This was kind of fun. I don't know. I butchered that a lot, and I'm probably not gonna edit it very well, so you'll still hear all my butchering. And like, I hate my voice, and I have a slight speech impediment that gets worse when I'm nervous, obviously. So, um, but I wanted to follow through and not bail on it just because I knew it was gonna be a bitch and a half to do. And this is like the first time my wife left me alone at home. I can't do these kind of things with her right next to me or near. Um, I can't even like have a phone call when it's like anyone other than like my family and I'm talking to them on the phone. I can't be near anyone else, even her. So I had to take advantage of this rare opportunity where she's out and I'm home. I had her set everything up for me too because because I was just like, I don't want to figure out how to use your I don't know, selfie lights and shit. So, um, kudos to her. She's like the what is that, production executive producer for this video. This way too long video. I'm just rambling at this point. This is probably not going to be included in any of this either. I don't know. I might just post this on fucking YouTube. It's how fucking long it is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it short enough that people are gonna pay attention to it if I post anywhere else. But I know I should be able to post it on Threads if I make it short enough. So, um, and if not, I'll just put a link to it. I'd have a shitty ass YouTube. I think I have like 4 reels that got no traction, and um, that's about it. And this is definitely not gonna make any moves. But I'll put the link if it comes to that. But yeah, if you got this far, I guess thanks. If you enjoyed that, then go ahead and pop over to Amazon and order Sister Leigh Love. You can get the paperback for like 11.26 before taxes, and then in the U.S. and then the ebook is only like $4.99 before taxes, so that's pretty cheap. I might end up just making all my books $1 because or 99 cents because like I'm not about that life. I really don't give a fuck anymore. Like when I tell you that I'm at the point of just absolute, I don't even know. Like I just cannot bring myself to put in the emotions and the investment that I used to, and it has not gone away. It's been pretty persistent the last, I don't know, 2 3 weeks, and it has not gone away. Usually it kind of fades away with my hormones or whatever the fuck is causing me to feel this way, and so far it hasn't gone away. I don't usually get seasonal depression, so I don't think that's what this is. Um, I think I'm just at the point where I just want to give up. Not with like writing or anything, but like pushing my writing, I guess. I never actually put in very much effort doing it before now. I didn't have the means, like money wise, and then like the platform and stuff. I didn't fully understand how to do that when I first started writing, which was almost 10 years ago. Um, so this is new for me, and I'm getting real burnt out real quick. And I don't know if I care enough to come back from it, because like I don't write for anyone but myself and my wife, since she's the one who encouraged me to start writing again. So if I stop, pushing my stuff, stop trying to actually make something out of myself when it comes to being a writer and author, I don't know if anyone will notice or care. And that's good because that means that that's an option, it's a choice I can make without affecting very many people. And that, I don't know, it's a comfort to that, I think. Yeah, this is almost 5 minutes now, and this is supposed to be a fucking quick ass, you know, a quick outro because I didn't want to do the outro after I read the part of the chapter I read. Um, maybe I'll do this again. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make this like a fucking web series. I'll just ramble and rant and read a chapter of my book. Maybe I'll start reading poetry. Maybe I'll make my YouTube just me reading all of my old emotionally just I can't even use adjectives right now, but it's a mess and a half. When I tell you it is a mess and a half, it's a mess and a half. Like I was such a little sad ass early 20s, late teen motherfucker. Like some of my poetry is from back when I was like 12. So, it's like throughout my entire childhood, all the way up into adulthood. And then I just quit, just suddenly, just stopped. I wrote some love poems for my wife, and I haven't really wrote anything else besides. And so maybe I'll go and I'll read a poem and I ramble and talk about my life. I don't know if I'm gonna do that though, because like I said, I can't do these kind of things with my wife right there. I don't want her to hear the things I talk about, and I don't want her to, to come to me and be like, "Oh my goodness, look at you, you're doing the thing," because like I don't know, it's just awkward for me. I know she's just my little cheerleader, and I have to love her for that because I don't get it from anywhere else very much, and so like I love that, but it's also like awkward having her come up to me and be like, "Oh my goodness, you sounded so good. You did such a good job." And do 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 da da da. And I love it, but it's like, don't. It's okay. You don't have to say nothing. Don't say nothing. It's okay. um, but I'm gonna stop here because this is a mess. But I kind of like talking like this. This is fun. So I don't know. I might get over my fear of talking in front of my wife, which is fucking weird. I fucking married her. We've been together 7 years. I don't know why this is such a weird thing for me. I'm so awkward, but maybe I'll get over that and I'll set up shop at my desk when I on my probably not on clock every single time. I might clock out for it, but I mean I'll do that. Read a poem, ramble a little bit, and then move on. So I don't know. This might never see the light of day. I might just edit all this out, but point is, it's being said into the universe. So just maybe I might do it. Don't know. All right.